Today we'll be going over some basic elements for a fabulous fiesta. And those include, what is the occasion? What are you celebrating? What are the things that will make this celebration special? Who are your guests? What do they like? What is it that you can provide in terms of creative activities that will really help them enjoy the time? But first, this is Latina Literati. Make sure you watch the whole video till the end, because at the end, I tell you a secret. In planning a momentous fiesta, there are a couple of things you want to focus on. And so here is the list. The occasion, what are you celebrating? The guests, who are you inviting? The activities, what is it you'd like to do? And that dovetails into the theme. What are the things that you're going to serve? For libations, for drinks, and for food, what would you like to do and how would you like to serve it? And of course, you can't forget the wow factor. There should be something unexpected at your party. A great fiesta is distilled into basically two components. One is consideration and the other is creativity. In terms of consideration, what you want to do is think about, who are your guests? What do you think they'd like to do? What are their needs? Are there any special dietary needs? What are the things that they would like to do? And what are the things you'd like to share with them? And of course, the creativity part is, what are you going to do to make it special? Are you going to make your own decor? Are you going to have something special like music? And are you going to have perhaps something unexpected? What you really want to do is personalize it. What are the things that you love and what are the things you want to share with the family and friends that you're inviting to your fiesta, festa, soiree? Really think about what are the things you love. For example, what has really been taken the party scene by storm is paint and sip parties, where you paint something and you sip libations. So that's always fun too. So many ideas, so many things to be able to offer your guests and family. And really what you want is you want to have a curated creative experience. You want your guests to leave with amazing memories. You want to be the subject of positive chisme for a long time to come. When throwing an unforgettable fiesta, of course, there are cultural nuances. For example, in our culture, for Latina and Latinos, you truly never know how many people are going to show up. And that's okay. You have to think about really having extra everything, because you don't know if that cousin decides to tell the neighbor who decides to tell the friend, and they all show up. And you know what? Bienvenidos son. Everyone is welcome. The more the merrier, because you'll see old friends and meet new ones. So our open door policy, I think, is the best one. Everyone is always welcome. At all times, your guests should feel welcome. Guests should feel like you've really taken into account the things that they'd like or the things they may need. Do you need special access? Again, special dietary preferences. All those things. Think about the people who are attending and how you can really tune into the things that would make this day special for them. Keep conversation light. And that's hard for me. Usually the rule is no politics and no religion. But on the other hand, the election season is upon us. So choose a cause, choose a candidate, and have a party. Because some of the best parties are the parties we have for a purpose. So when you party for a purpose, then the theme is defined and it is for a specific cause. And those are wonderful parties to have as well. Guests should come away from the soiree, from the fiesta, from the festa, thinking about how wonderful the experience was and just filled with joy, because that's what you want. You want to share your joy with others in coming together and sharing things you love. So share the things that you love to do. Do you love to picnic? Do you love to hike? Do you love to barbecue? Do you love to prepare some intimate dinner at home, or do you prefer to have larger parties in a larger space? Are there games that you love to play? Some people enjoy bowling parties or dart throwing party. I remember the last party I was allowed to organize for my son was actually a race car party, and it was a small group of people, and he didn't want a cake, he wanted a tower of donuts. So we got him a tower of donuts, and the kids raced around this kiddie raceway, and everyone had fun. So those are the types of things that you take into consideration. Sometimes just sharing really simple things that you love. Can you make something? Can you share an experience? I know I've had a lot of fun in these escape room parties. Fun. Better if you have an engineer in the group though. Can guests leave with something? Can you make some fudge or have your guests make fudge and they can leave with it, or bracelets, or sometimes poetry. Could be someone with a typewriter preparing poems for your guests. There's all sorts of things, just a world of possibilities. And so really consider what surprises, what a friend of mine calls the wow factor. When they come in and say, wow, then you know you've got them. Stations are really popular right now. So there are coffee stations, ice cream stations, popcorn stations, dessert bar stations. Stations seem to be something that allows the guests to choose what they want. People seem to enjoy that a lot. We've been to a couple of weddings and parties where you actually take home some homemade cookies, or they have milk and cookie stations. That's cute too. Yeah, definitely. That's a great idea. No matter what you're celebrating, the most important thing is to do it con corazón. When you do it with corazón, it brings out your consideration for others, your creativity, the amazing inspiration you may have to celebrate that special occasion, whatever it may be. So enjoy your fiesta. At the beginning, I asked that you stay till the end of the video because we have a gift for you. And linked below is your very own fiesta checklist that you can download and fill with all your ideas to help you organize your fiesta. So I hope that that is of use to you. And now on for my favorite part of the video, the book recommendations. Some of the original classic party books that I think we have to sometimes look back at, because some of the newer ones tend to be a bit violent. The original party books were things like Movable Feast by Ernest Hemingway. I mean, what could be more amazing than describing feasting in Paris? And so that's a fun book to read. And we've talked about Hemingway before. It's one of his classics. It's a small book, easy to read, easy to pack along when you're going to the beach. As always, check your local library for these books. We love our libraries, and the best way to support them is to use them. They have book clubs, they have special readings, all sorts of activities, so check your local library. Check with your local bookseller. We love our local booksellers. They're part of our community, our friends, and we need to always support our local businesses. Backbone of the economy is local small business, and we need to support them. So the second book is, of course, The Great Gatsby by Fitzgerald, and it is the book about parties, about people who spend their life partying, actually. And there's a lot of descriptions of different types of parties there to inspire you as well. Other books are by well-known chefs like the Barefoot Contessa and some of the biggest party planners from both coasts, from the East Coast and from the West Coast, all have party planning books. So if it's just the party planning mechanics that you want, those are the types of books, obviously, to look for in your library or the local bookseller. But I wanted to just give a general idea about some great books set in parties where you can read and be inspired to plan your party. And don't forget, you can always DIY your decorations. You can decide to, I don't know, make paper flowers. So thank you so much for coming to the end of this video. This is a joint journey. I would love to know, what is it you are celebrating this summer? What are the occasions that you're celebrating? We're celebrating some milestone birthdays, 3 generations in my family. So we're getting ready for that celebration. As always, we would love you to subscribe to Latina Literati. And thank you so much for joining us on this journey. As always, mucho cariño, mucho salud y mucho amor. Gracias.